Welcome, beautiful souls. So today I'm going to cover this question off. Do all twin flames come into physical union? On the assumption that both are still on this planet in physical form. So welcome, I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. Now this is something that we hear all the time, and all it's doing is feeding your fear-based energy. And this is why on this journey and just throughout life, you need to start coming from a place of discernment. This is why you need to come in and learn about how your belief patterns work, because that is simply not true. It is a belief. If we're saying not all twins come into physical union, then we are saying that our soul is limited. We're saying that we're not already in union, which is just a load of rubbish. It's not true. You are already in union. You are already one beautiful being. It's just that these layers of your subconscious that's playing out in your physical reality need to be peeled away. That is feeding your fear-based energy. And the best advice I can give people is this. One, come back to yourself. Come back to your own soul. Come back to your intuition. Come back to your knowing. The more that you cycle with that belief that not all twins come into physical union, then that will play out for you. It is not true. Trust your soul. This entire planet is going through an awakening. Now, this wisdom that's pouring out of me today is not, it's not my ego pouring this out. It's literally coming from soul. It's my soul wisdom. And you will either resonate at a soul level or you won't. And that's entirely, your journey. However, I want to say this. Twin flames are here to bring a completely different elevation of consciousness of relationships to this planet. And that is why you have to take the word relationship off the table when it comes to this, because this is all about soul. This is a soul bond. It's an eternal bond. It's deep, it's sacred, and it's beautiful, and you are always one, whether you are physically incarnated or not, or if only one of you is here. And this is why it's really important that you learn about the subconscious and how that's playing and manifesting in your physical, and also about coming into soul, because that is where you feel the divine peace within you. And if your twin has passed on, at least then you're in soul and you're feeling amazing and you're not attached to the physical of anything. And that's the beauty of this journey, because you realize that the physical was all temporary and that you can just change it just like that. It really is that simple. The only reason it's complicated is because of the frequency on this planet. Now, yes, many years ago, the twins were not coming into physical union. The reason for that is because the frequency on the planet was just way too dense. But today, there is far more information out there. The planet is going through a rapid ascension process. You can see it everywhere. Corporate structures are collapsing. Financial institutions, pharmaceuticals, relationships. It's all, if you think about your own awakening, it's happening from the inside out. And it's happening in all of these structures. And it's going to shift how we run businesses. It's going to shift how we look after our finances. It's going to shift so many things. It's going to shift poverty. It's going to shift wars. So we don't have them. I know how I feel on the inside, and if this whole entire planet felt the way that I felt, we would be so peaceful and so much balance, and all of these things just wouldn't even be happening. People wouldn't be scrambling to pay their rent. They would be very abundant. They would be living a beautiful lifestyle, and that is what this awakening is ultimately about. However, for twins, we are tonal mates. We are here to come together physically. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. Whether everybody does in this lifetime or not is not the point here. The point that I want to get across here is the belief. Imagine this. Imagine if every single twin flame, that a true twin flame was awakened on this planet, and they all believed, and this is where the power sits. This is a movement we are shifting here, okay? This is a massive movement. If we all believed that physical union was a done deal, imagine the power behind that belief. Don't listen to all of this BS that's out there on social media. It's simply somebody else's belief that is feeding your fear-based energy. And this journey is not about that. This journey is about you shifting your beliefs. It's about questioning every single belief pattern that keeps rising up for you and challenging it, looking at it, take stock on your life. Where has this belief come from? And shift it and question it. You are a limitless being. And whenever we say, oh, only a small percentage come into union, we're telling ourselves that we're a limited being and that we're not already in union. You see, you're already in union. You've got to collapse the illusion that you are not. And that's the biggest part. And how we collapse that is by getting out of the egoic structure, by looking internally and challenging and questioning our beliefs and learning that you are a soul. And this is about you getting to know yourself at a deep energetic level of your soul. And your soul is orchestrating everything for you. Do not underestimate the power of your belief. And if twins all believed the same, I can tell you things would shift at a much more rapid pace. There is so much stuff out on social media that is preventing twins coming into physical union because, I don't know, I don't want to call myself a conspiracy theorist, I can't even pronounce the word, but anyway, I don't want to put myself in that box. I'm just an awakened soul on this planet. And, but there is a lot of stuff out there that do not want twins coming together because we bring a phenomenal power, energy, and frequency to this planet. Everyone has been created in pairs. Everybody. Is everyone on their twin flame journey in this lifetime? No. However, everyone is a twin. It's just that it just depends where your soul's evolutionary process is at as to whether your soul is ready to ascend. And that's ultimately what this journey is about. If you have been awakened via the catalyst of a twin flame, you are a highly evolved soul. So tap into that frequency. Don't tap into the frequency of somebody else's belief, because that's simply all it is. It is not fact. It is not truth. It is a belief. And if we all shifted that belief, we would create a significant, and I mean a very significant movement. And it's going to shake the core of this planet. Twin flames are like the power, the frequency, the abundance, the love, the peace that we bring is massive. It's huge. And this is what we're all shifting into. So this is just, I guess I just wanted to get this out here because it's not true. It's somebody else's perception of whatever they've read, or, because their twin, their masculine's coming in shitty energy. Well, if they're coming in shitty energy, then work on that belief. Why? Yesterday I put up a video about a bit more around beliefs. And when I say disconnect from the masculine in the physical, I mean disconnect so you can work on these beliefs, right? But if you keep believing that they're going to come in wonky energy, if you believe that they are narcissistic, if you believe that they won't really move out of a relationship, if you believe all of that stuff, you are creating it. That's where the feminine power sits. Disconnect, question these beliefs, challenge these beliefs, reprogram your subconscious. There is a beautiful book, Whatever Arises, Love That. It's by an author called Matt Kahn. I read this, I had it on audiobook very early on this journey. And this is where I've got a bug flying in front of me now. This is where, when you're at a certain level of consciousness, you don't resonate with the material. And I've just started playing it again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So let me I'm literally, I think, on chapter 2, right? So I listened to this when I was in the middle of ego death. It sort of came into my awareness. This is what soul does. It brings these things into your awareness. And back then when I listened to it, I listened to it from the consciousness of, I just want the masculine back, right? And I'm listening to it again today, and it's all about the subconscious and the belief and giving ourselves more love. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like at a completely different space energetically, consciousness. I'm so expanded that I'm like, wow, I just didn't even resonate with those words back then. I really didn't. Highly, highly recommend this book. It's a great book. So that's Whatever Arises by Matt Kahn, Khan. Highly recommend it as a resource. This journey is about you questioning your beliefs and where are they coming from? Who says that it's true? Whose post or whose channel makes it true? And to be the fair to everybody, who makes mine truthful, right? Your soul will resonate with the truth. Soul always resonates with the truth. So fear will resonate with the non-truth. And so your fear, if you feel fearful of that, then you need to deep dive and go, well, what's the fear rising within? Because what does it even matter, right? So long as you're good, so long as you're showing up for yourself, so long as you're in your divinity, so long as you're feeling peaceful because you've been awakened and you've cleared all that self-concept out, which is, you know, the lower versions of ourself that we've been playing out. So long as you have elevated, ultimately that's all that really matters. But that's the paradox, right? Is when you don't need anything, don't want anything because you're so centered and balanced in yourself, it all just shows up. This journey is powerful. We are creating a movement here. Trust your soul is nudging you, pulling you into the right place, bringing in the right content for you to listen to, even though your consciousness is not hearing it, right? So if you listen to this, listen to anything, I'm going to give you this one tip. I want you to do your best to pull yourself back and not look at this through the lens of when will my divine masculine physically return. I want you to try and pull yourself out of that frequency and listen to content like at a level of just, well, what if this is all true? What if this is all true? Because when you're caught up in that fear-based energy, you don't hear the truth. You don't hear the message. So much content landed in my inboxes, YouTubes, wherever, right? Soul is working through you all the time. It's always working through the laws of the resonance. So it's going to bring things to you. But we're so wrapped up in this lower vibration of ourselves that we don't hear the true message. So when you're listening to content, it's really important to strip away as best as you can that fear of them never returning so you can hear the truth, because it won't come to you if your focus is here, okay? Let your soul meditate, then listen to content. You will hear the truth sing through. So that is a belief. It is just that simple. You either resonate with my message or you don't. It's entirely where you're at, but do not buy into these beliefs that are simply untrue. You are already one beautiful being. You just need to come into your own. You need to come into self-mastery. You need to come in and look at all these fears and all these belief patterns that have been swimming around and playing out in your reality and question them. Ask yourself, where did this come from? Anyway, that is my message for today. If you need some help and support, this is where I really guide people. I know this journey is very confusing at times, but it's important that we get this message out there. Don't believe everything that you read about twin flames. That is your fear clinging on to something, and it's simply untrue. Sending so much love.